You know, there are so many fireworks going off in relationships simply because we have lit matches, but we are not the perfect match for each other. I want to tackle the TNT factors. Yeah, the trauma and the triggers in relationships to marry individuality and interdependence. Yeah, let's talk about independence and interdependence. It's called Interdependence Day. Leading and loving together. Oh, I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. What's good people? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you're doing well. Hopefully you're having a great day in a great way. Won't you please hit the thumbs up button? Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the subscribe button. We're going to have a courageous conversation. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the subscribe button as well. We're going to have a courageous conversation. You know it's no days off. Holidays included. We're talking today using as a subject on Independence Day. Let's call it Interdependence Day. That's what it is. We're talking about leading and loving together. I know in the midst of Frankie Beverly and Maze that you may be playing. I know in the midst of Beyonce. I know in the midst of Lecrae that you may be playing today. I'm so glad that you've included me in your day. In the words of Shirley Caesar, I know you got the grill going. I know you got your beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, ram, ham, hog, dog. You name it. But please, can you allow me to claim it? Am I invited to the cookout? I hope you save a brother a plate. I'm ready to cook. I'm ready to cook this word up. Can I cook, y'all? Can I cook? If you're ready, type ready. If you're ready, type ready. Interdependence Day. Leading and loving together. You know, in the year of 1852, the great abolitionist Frederick Douglass asked, "What to the slave is the 4th of July?" Yeah, I don't know if you ever read that speech. I encourage you to check it out. What to the slave is the 4th of July by the one and only Frederick Douglass. In the wake of it being the coronation and celebration of what is taking place in America. In the wake of the coronation, the celebration of this nation's birthday, what Frederick Douglass did is that he underscored the gross injustice and negligence of slavery, and in many cases these yet to be United States of America. When you think about even what he said in 1852, and you think about where it is that we are in today's present time, we're living in a divided nation. Got so many people who are at odds with each other based on beliefs and systems of structure, political affiliations. And what Frederick Douglass was asking was, how can we celebrate freedom when black people don't even have any freedom? 1852, slavery was still going on deep in the trenches, especially within the southern states. And when you think about it, Independence Day, and I'm focusing on, in many cases, interdependence, And I want to look at the fact that you say, how can we celebrate freedom? And in many cases, you say, well, yes, that was then, this is now. I don't advocate for slavery, and my people are not slaves anymore. But are you a slave to addiction? Are you a slave to people's opinions that ultimately become your prison? Are you a slave to rejection? Are you a slave to trauma and psychological incarceration? Family, type freedom. Type freedom. Type interdependence. Yeah, are you a slave to rejection? Are you a slave to trauma and psychological incarceration? Why do I ask you that? Simply because chains are no longer metal. Now they're mental. Let me say that twice because it's so nice. Chains are no longer metal. Now they're mental. I'm not transformed by the renewing of my mind. I'm conformed. And when I'm conformed, I'm not transformed. You are not transformed by the renewing of your lease. You are not transformed by the renewing of your marital vows. And we're happy for that. But you are transformed by the renewing of your mind. I gotta get the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise him. Mary, Mary. Yeah. Life is not going to be merry, merry for you if you're chained and confounded and confined mentally. I got to find the freedom internally. Why? What does the scripture says? What does scripture say? Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. We can talk about freedom, justice, liberty for all, sometimes just for y'all. But real liberty is internally. Can I cook? There's a dichotomy. We got to delineate between independence and interdependence. Independence specifically means you're not influenced, you're not controlled by others in matters of opinion. And we know that a lot of people's opinions become our prison. Oh yeah, you could get 50 good comments on your social media. You know how you are. That one comment, you done forgot about the other 50 and you focus on that 51st comment that talked about you. You focus on that for the rest of your day. It might permeate your mind for the remainder of the week. Make you feel weak. We maximize the negative and we minimize the positive. I want you to make that mind adjustment. I want you to be an independent thinker. Yeah. I want you to have some independence in your level of thinking. I don't want you to be controlled and manipulated by people's opinions. And here's what you do. You make people's opinions fact in your life. I got a problem with that. It's just a person's opinion. Just because it's an opinion doesn't make it a fact unless you make it a fact. And that's a fact. Did you just hear what I said? A person's opinion in your life doesn't become fact as a matter of fact unless you make it fact. Independence is, I'm not controlled, I'm not manipulated, I'm not influenced. I'm an independent thinker. In my thinking, in my acting, there is a level of grace and space that I give myself. Interdependence, on the other hand, is dependence of two or more people or things on each other. Dependence of two or more people on each other. Dependence of two or more things on each other. I want you to think about this. Who in your life are you dependent on? Yeah, maybe it's for validation. Maybe it's for encouragement. Maybe it's for your confidence. Maybe it's for clarity. Maybe it's for therapy. Maybe it is just for an encouraging word. You're dependent on a particular individual. And here's the thing, dependence on someone isn't necessarily bad. It only gets bad if that person now moves from being a resource to your source. Are you hearing me? Yeah. Our problem is we have made other people our source versus him being our source. I'm not independent of him. I need to be interdependent with him. Woo! Who am I talking to? I hope it's you. Our problem with interdependence is that when we become so dependent on someone that now they become the source for our life. They become your source versus them being a resource. That's why you're so strung out. That's why you're tripping. That's why you're acting ugly. That's why you want to talk to people out of the side of their neck and this, that, and the other. And why you think that in many cases, when you ask somebody to jump, you expect them to ask you how high. Matter of fact, you don't even ask them to jump. You tell them to jump. And then you expect them to ask you how high. You expect people to have things going on in their life that is surrounded by you. Why? Because you think that you are the center of the universe. The world revolves around me. No, it don't. You are a resource. God is the source. And here's what I understand. The source of my life will never hurt me. The source of my life I can always depend on. The source of my life I can always go to him when I need him. The source of my life, I'm interdependent with him. Here's what you got to realize, because interdependence is needed and necessary in a relationship. Yes, it is. Some relationships will not work with just your whole aspect of you just being trying to be totally independent. Think about this. Relationships, marriage is about interdependence. Singleness, about independence. I should have some qualities in my singleness, in my in the level of independence, where I am able to merge if the right relationship and marriage presents itself. You can be interdependent and still be an individual. It's important, it's needed, it's necessary. Why is that? You got your life, I got my life. We have one together. You have your life, I have my life, we have one together. You are you and I am me. Don't try to make me be what you want me to be. Because I'm not going to try to make you be what I want you to be. If I'm trying to make you be what I want you to be, that's control. That's making you robotic. I'm not with you to change you. I'm with you to improve you. You see? You ought to be better. I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. You make me better. That's interdependence together. You are you and I am me. We are us together. Family, type us. Type us. It's not just about I, it's about us. It's not just about me, it's about we. You are a person. I am a person. But together, we are purpose partners. Family, I love our community. Yeah, our YouTube community. That's why you see the badges in here. That's why you see why it's so colorful in here. This, that, and the other. Simply because we got people who have purchased badges. I want you to go ahead and get one. Come on, go ahead and get one on this Interdependence Day. Go on and get one. I want you to join my coaches, my Connor's Corner. Yeah, it's where I'm doing some coaching in there. Join my Connor's Corner. Unlock VIP, royalty, OQP. These are tiers in our membership that you can unlock by becoming a member in our YouTube community. Tap the join button right here on this YouTube video and become a member. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. Yeah. That's why the balloons is popping. That's why the balloons are going up. Thumbs up this live, family. Thumbs up this live. If you're not a part of our Eagles community as well, it's where I coach, it's where I teach, it's where I train, it's where I mentor. It's our private group coaching area. What I'm teaching here, I don't teach there. I go further and farther and beyond there. Yeah, you want to join me there. Where's there? TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form. Be transformed. Family, type purpose partner. Purpose partner. You can be interdependent and still be an individual. A purpose partner is somebody I can depend on. I'm not saying a purpose partner is your source, though. Right? God is your source. Your purpose partner is your resource. They are a blessing to you. They help to develop you. You're better with them. And here's the thing. There are so many fireworks going off in relationships because we have lit matches. And as a result, we're not a match for each other. We're not the perfect match for each other. Here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to match energy. You know what? You matching energy lets me know that you're a thermometer, not a thermostat. Because what are you going to do? You're going to reflect. Well, I'm going to do to them what they did to me. Come on. Where's your level of independent thinking? You're controlled by a situation. You're controlled by another person's actions. And so being controlled by another person's actions puts you in a place of a reaction versus your particular response. Your response shouldn't be negative. Your response should be productive. Your response in many cases may be to say, listen, I'm stepping back. Your response may be, listen, I'm not going to give people a piece of my mind, only be left with just a piece of my mind, but no peace of mind. Are you hearing me? Chains are no longer metal. Now they're mental. Are you going to be reactive or are you going to be productive? Stop matching energy. Matching energy becomes combustible. Matching energy, there's no extinguisher for it. You don't put fire out with fire. You don't fight fire with fire. You fight fire with water. Not going to be reactive. I'm going to be productive. I'm going to be proactive. Not matching energy because there's nothing but fireworks that are going off. Pew! Explosion here, explosion there. Yeah, today's the noisiest day of the year. It is. Don't believe me? Wait for another couple hours from now. But here's the thing. There's been explosions going off in our relationships. That what we have done is we've tried to mute the noise. We try to act like we don't hear what's going on. We try to ignore the red flags and the triggers, the TNT, the triggers and the trauma of what's going on. Not realizing that we got to address. How can you address what you won't confess? How can you heal from what you won't deal with? How can you recover from what you won't uncover? We have to tackle the TNT type of issues and factors in our interpersonal development, in our individuality. Why? Because it's going to affect our interdependence. What I don't deal with individually will affect me collectively. And for some of us, here it is. Yeah, you may be hurting specifically just by yourself. And you may be hurting you because you're in that place of self-sabotage. But guess what? Now you get with somebody else and you really inflict what you're dealing with on you, in you, onto them. And that's not fair to them. Because you haven't done the healing. Because you haven't addressed the certain factors in your life. Because of the fireworks that are going off in your own life. It's a story about a guy who played in the NFL. And in his contract, he was told to refrain from any type of activities that might inflict harm on him. Now, you go a ton of different ways. You could be walking down the street, trip, fall. That could be castigated. That could be categorized as an activity. But no, this particular brother, on a 4th of July, lit some fireworks. And here's what happened. Getting ready to get a big payday too. Getting ready to ink a big deal. That'll probably take care of his family if he uses money the right way for generations on end. But we know that many of these athletes, upon retirement, being cut from a team, within 4 years, they're broke. This particular brother decided to light some fireworks on the 4th of July, one particular year. And guess what? The fireworks did not work the right way. The fireworks backfired on him, and he lost a finger due to lighting fireworks. Brother lost a finger. Almost got cut from the team. His career was cut a little bit short. And so he had to play with 9 fingers instead of 10, which he played on the defensive end, and he needed all of his fingers to maneuver through defenders. Every limb and every finger in the game of football matters. Brother lost his finger due to the fireworks that backfired. I'm wondering, what is it that you've had your hand on that backfired against you to where now, in many cases, you sabotaged yourself? Talk about self-sabotage. Threw away your future in a finite moment. Did something permanent in a temporary situation. I wonder, who have you been around? What have you had your hands on? Who have you been listening to? What thoughts have you been thinking that are now backfiring on you? To where now it doesn't just hurt you, it hurts everything connected to you. Because here's the thing. The team that he was playing on had Super Bowl aspirations and hopes, and he was a big star. He was a big product for the defensive line on that team. And so guess what? What he did didn't just affect him, it affected his teammates. Remember, you don't just go as high as your dream, you go as high as your team. Sometimes you go as low as them too, and sometimes you bring them low because of what it is that you did. In an instant, in a moment, in the snap of a finger, no pun intended. And now the finger is pointed back at you. What am I doing that is putting me in a place of self-sabotage? Yeah, you're so caught up in celebration. But what about dedication? What about the necessary isolation for your elevation? We're going to elevate a little bit higher. In the midst of the special message, I got a special word for you. Why don't you stick and stay? More's on the way. On the other side of this break, there's more breakthrough. After these messages, I'll be right back. Family, listen and lean in. Don't you think it's time to grow your greatness? No, seriously, it's just us talking. If you intend to soar, you need to visit theeaglesacademy.com/store. Why? Because I want you to join my mailing list. I want you to get all the solutions, the strategies, and the systems to write that best-selling book. You know it's in you. You know it's your time. Time to cultivate your communication skills. Develop, learn the art of communication. So much more. Visit theeaglesacademy.com/store so you can soar. Yes, yes, y'all, and we don't stop. Come on, I need you to heed to those resources that you've heard. Yes? Heed to the resources that you heard. Let's get back to the word. We're talking about Interdependence Day. Yeah. A lot of fireworks going on. A lot of parades. A A lot of cookouts. I hope you saved me a plate. Come on. In the chat, just tell me what's on the plate today. Come on, I can't wait. I need to read what's on the plate. What's on my plate? Yeah. You know I'm a healthy eater, so I probably won't engage in all of those. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, ram, ham, hog, dog, you know. But then again, I might. Hopefully it'll be all right. One day won't hurt, right? Interdependence Day. Leading and loving together. Why is that so important? Simply because we're better together. We're better together. Teamwork makes the dream work. But I don't want to make sure that I want to make sure that I don't do something that's going to hurt my teammate. Because here's the thing. We're so used to opponents that I really don't believe we know how to handle a teammate when they arrive. Because in our mind, if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. And guess what? Sometimes we'll expedite it. Well, I know something's going to go wrong, so I might as well cause it. One raindrop coming. You think it's Katrina that's about to happen. One little disagreement. Now you got to be disagreeable. You're just inflamed. You're just affected, and you're just afflicted mentally. The fireworks are going off. Why? Because with your attitude, it's always on and popping. Not stopping. If there's going to be any fireworks at all, it ought to be like what Jeremiah said. It's just like fire shut up in my bones. Fire the Holy Spirit. That's the fire I need to have. No. I ain't even playing with no fireworks. After I saw that happened to an NFL player that I just talked to you about. No. I don't even want to be around him. I don't even know if I want to watch him on TV. I want to give you 4 ways to celebrate your interdependence. Real quickly, I want to give you 4 ways to celebrate your interdependence. Number 1, instruction. Got to understand this. Not following God's instruction leads to destruction. A lot of us don't like to get no instruction from anybody because here's our philosophy. We know it all. And this is what I realize. A know-it-all really knows nothing at all. A know-it-all really knows nothing at all. Really? Yeah. I got to follow God's instruction. I remember being a kid. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Ma. Yeah, mentor. Yep, I hear you. Okay, got it. No, and I didn't get it. But I wanted to act as if I knew it all. And then, you bump your head. Hard head makes a soft behind. But it also transforms your mind. At least it should. What does Scripture say? He who the Son has set free. Come on, family, type free. Do you understand this? That it costs to be free? We celebrated freedom, but guess what? Somebody had to pay a price. First person who fought on U.S. soil to defend this country, a black man, Crispus Attucks. It costs to be free. Salute to the men and women in our armed forces, in our military, our Navy, who are fighting for this country. We salute you. Those in this country, those who are overseas, come from a military family. My father fought for this country. My grandfather, rather, fought for this country. God rest his soul. Harry Smith Jr. understood the whole aspect of paying the price for what we consider to be independence. But independence is also connected to interdependence, because I don't get it. I don't get freedom without me depending on somebody else. It's not just me. It's us. It's not just I. It's we. Are we understanding that? Are we following, family? He who the Son has set free is free indeed. So be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. For where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. There is freedom in God's instruction, because God's instruction leads to destruction. I have to have a receptive ear to hear, because like grandmama told me, I got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. I got to listen twice more than I talk. And to listen, I got to be silent. Listen and silent both have the same letters. Instruction moves me into a place of number 2. Come on, family, write down number 1, instruction. Write down instruction. We're having a courageous conversation, family. We're having a super conversation. Drop a super chat. Drop a super sticker. Instruction, number 1. Number 2, identity. If you don't know who you are, people are going to tell you what you're not. And generally, you're going to believe them. But how do you know what you... And even if you don't know what you want, somebody's going to decide what you get. How do you know what you don't want if you don't know what you do want? Are you confused yet? So is the person who doesn't know what they want. You can't know who you are until you know whose you are. Not just knowing who I am gives me identity, but knowing whose I am. Somebody's waiting for you to become who you are so they can become who they're supposed to be. Here's the question. How much longer will you make them wait? I got to get to that particular place where I'm going to take off the weight. And if I'm going to wait at all, wait on the Lord. Be of good courage. He shall strengthen your life. But here's the thing. A lot of times we decide to say, well, I'm just waiting on God, to where you don't want to do nothing. You don't want to work the process of your promise. I got to identify my identity. Can't know who I am until I know whose I am. Your identity is about you being uniquely you. Often imitated, never duplicated. Often replicated, never duplicated. Nobody can beat you being you. You're too unique to compete. You're too rare to compare. Talking about 4 ways real quickly. 4 ways to celebrate your interdependence. We're talking about Interdependence Day. That's what it is today. Interdependence Day. Leading and loving together. Number 3. Number 1, instruction. Number 2, identity. Hopefully you wrote those 2 down. Thirdly, innovation. Come on, family, type innovation. If you don't evolve, you won't be involved. Doing the same thing the same old way, expecting a different result, just means you straight up crazy and insane. The most dangerous place that you can possibly be in life is not when you're walking on water, but when you're staying in the boat. You have to innovate. You have to create. You have to do something different to get something different. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Innovation does not mean that you have to totally redo the whole wheel. Can you add a new spoke to it? Can you do something different, even out of what it is that you've been so used to and so accustomed to? Innovate. In order to innovate, I have to imagine. I have to think bigger than my budget, think bigger than my bank account, think bigger than my boulevard, think bigger than my boulevard, think bigger than my background, think bigger than my block, and get rid of the mental block. If your dream is affordable, you're not dreaming big enough. If your dream is affordable, you're not dreaming big enough. If people are not laughing at your dream, go and revisit that dream. Number 4, improvement. 4 ways to celebrate your interdependence. Instruction, identity, innovation, improvement. How are you going to get better? See, here's the thing. We focus on, well, that person ain't improving. That person ain't doing this. That person ain't doing that. This, that, and the other. What are you doing? What are you doing to where somebody can look at your life and say, ooh, I like what he does. I like what she does. I'm now driven. I'm now inspired to make my own improvement. What are you doing to get better to where you lay your head on your pillow at night and say, I grew in this particular era. I grew in this particular area, rather. I'm going to celebrate my interdependence. I want to celebrate myself. Go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. But here's the thing. In many cases, where you are, you tolerate you. But you expect other people to celebrate you. What growth are you making? What improvements are you undertaking? How did you grow in this particular area? What weaknesses are being turned into strengths? What habits are being broken in your life? What chains are being broken in your life? You got to celebrate that. Celebrate your improvement. And when we think about interdependence in relationships, family, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Come on, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Type OQP, family. OQP. OQP, only quality people. Only quality people. Once you unlock VIP, royalty, OQP, once you unlock those tiers, members only discounts, tap the join button on this YouTube. When you think about OQP, only quality people, you up with OQP? Yeah, you know me. Super conversation, drop a super chat, super sticker. Ladies, what's more important to you? What a man can buy you or how he can build you? I'm going to ask you, as we're talking about interdependence in relationships, we know how to be independent. INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? She got her own house. She got her own car. Or he got his own house. He got his own car. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know if that's boosty or not, but what boost are you giving yourself? What's important to you, my dear sister from another mister? My queens. Quintessentially unique, empowering everyone naturally. What's more important to you, what a man can buy you or how he can build you? I didn't leave you out, fellas. What's more important, what a woman can do for you or what she means to you? What somebody can do for you or what they can do with you? Because here's our problem. We come to the table of relationships as a customer rather than as a waiter or waitress. And here's the thing. If serving is below you, a relationship plus a marriage is beyond you. Because relationships and marriage, relationships in general, business relationship, platonic relationship, monogamous relationship, whatever relationship, it's the service business. I'm in your life to improve your life. I'm in your life to be a listening ear. I'm in your life to help. I'm in your life to roll up my sleeves. I'm in your life to lift you, to lift your life so that you can level up. What's more important to you? And this is about more than something transactional. That's why I ask these questions. It's not about what's transactional. It's about living a life that's accountable. Transactional. What bag can you buy me? Can you take me to Bali? Can you take me to the Bahamas? Can you buy me this, that, and the other? No. It's not just about giving your money. It's not just about something that is transactional where you just get something from somebody. What are you doing to live a life that is accountable to where you give? And then hopefully that person also moves into a place of reciprocity. On this day, when you think about it, people are draped in the American flag. People are draped in red, white, and blue. I guess I'm out of color today. It's okay. What do you do, though, when life has become red, white, and blue for you? I want to ask you, what do you do when life has become red, white, and blue for you? Red, because you ignore red flags. And here's what you do. You now bleed on people who didn't cut you. I'm talking about red, as in you run red lights and you stop on green ones. What do you do when life has become red, white, and blue for you? You're in the red. You're in the white. Your bank account is in the red. Lord have mercy. It's white. It's not right. It's white because you surrender. You acquiesce. Here's what you do. You wave the white flag. You just give up. You just throw in the towel. Yeah, that's what you do. You just throw in the towel. And what you got to do, you got to stop stopping. You got to quit quitting. You got to keep on fighting. Don't ever give up. Forever look up. Why? Because if you can look up, you can get up. Stop surrendering to your situation. Stop surrendering to the struggle. Stop surrendering to depression. Stop surrendering to isolation. Stop surrendering because you think singleness is a curse and it's not. What do you do when life is red, white, and blue? Yeah, life has become blue because you just sing the blues. Life has become so blue because you just now get down on yourself. Life has become so blue for you because you're mentally discombobulated and you're depressed. Life has become so blue for you because you keep thinking about everything that's wrong with you. And so your life becomes Lady Sings the Blues. You keep rehearsing everything the enemy is sending your way. And here's the thing, the enemy is only playing mind tricks on you because you got him so high up in your life. Why is the enemy in your ear when the enemy ought to be under your feet? Come on, family, type victory. The devil is under your feet because he's defeated. Type victory. Yeah, I'm throwing up the peace sign. If you can't bring peace, peace. God has given me peace that passes all understanding. He's giving me victory. And guess what he's doing? He's giving you double for your trouble. I just stopped by to let you know on your Independence Day and in the midst of your independence, I want you to exact some interdependence. I want you to embrace those who really love you, those who value you, those who lift you, those who love you. It's about leading and loving together. I want you to embrace them. I want you to love on them. I want you to celebrate them today. And in the midst of you celebrating somebody else, I want you to celebrate you. I want you to celebrate yourself because this is your Independence Day as well. How you got free from all of the things that the enemy had you bound by. Yeah, it's your Interdependence Day because now you're leaning on God simply because he brought you out of depression. You're free today. You're free from to be free for. Free from that divorce. To be free to love yourself. Free from negative opinions that became your prison. To now know the facts and the truth. And not just the facts, but the truth about who God made you. You can have all the facts and still not have the truth. All the facts say that you should be strung out. All the facts say that you should feel limited. All the facts say that you should never achieve all that you've achieved today. But the truth is that God's got his hand on you. When the enemy had a plot, God always had a plan. This is your day of freedom. Yeah, you're free for your future. You're free from stinking thinking. You're free from people's manipulation. You're free from narcissism. You're free from gaslighting. You're free from the toxicity. You're free from trauma. You're free from hurt. You're free from hardship. You're free from the mother wounds and the father wounds. You're free. But it's costing you something. Guess what it cost? It cost you giving it up. It cost you changing your narrative. It cost you casting all your cares on him who cares for you. Why? Because your hands are too small to handle it. God's hands are big enough to deal with it. So I want you to take that same hand and I want you to put it over your heart today. And I want you to pledge allegiance. Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Today I want you to pledge allegiance to being in alignment with God's divine assignment. Yeah, on this Interdependence Day, as you're leading and loving together, I want you to pledge allegiance. I want you to pledge to say, I love myself. Come on, some of y'all ain't said nothing. Yeah, I want you to pledge allegiance. I want you to say, I pledge to love myself. Even if you got to type it, just type it. Type the truth to you about you. Come on, say, I pledge to see the value in myself and others. I pledge to walk in purpose. I pledge to walk in healing and forgiveness. I pledge to be the best me that I was created to be. Come on, say, I pledge. Oh yeah, I pledge to honor God with my life. I pledge to make a divine, distinct difference each and every single day. I pledge to let God heal my heart. I pledge to walk in love. I pledge to walk in victory. I pledge to pursue my purpose. Why? Because as long as I have a pulse, I have a purpose. I want you to do more than say it. I want you to begin to live it. I want you to begin to imbibe it. I want you to begin to rehearse it and affirm it over your life. Simply because your interdependence doesn't begin and end on July the 4th. Yeah, that's a lie. And it's going to be a no-lie July. It starts the day that you free your mind. In Vogue said, free your mind. And what's in vogue in your life is you not being volatile, but is you adopting a mindset for victory. Come on, family, type break free. Come on, type break free. Come on, family. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Yeah, this is the fireworks that you're going to see. Those are the type of fireworks that you're going to see in your life. Fireworks of freedom, fireworks of healing, fireworks of joy, fireworks of peace, fireworks of love. Break free. Come on, family, type it. Break free from everything that's holding you back. Celebrate your independence as you celebrate your interdependence. This is your day of liberty. This is your day of freedom. I want you to sow into your freedom. I want you to sow into your freedom right now. How God brought you out, how he delivered you, how he kept you, how he sustained you, how he pulled you out of what it seemed like you wouldn't even pull through. He did it for you, and if he did it before, he'll do it again. I want your soul. We've had a super conversation. I want your soul via super chat, super sticker. It's not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you sow. I want you to sow a love gift of freedom. Family, just type life. Type life. You know what the acronym for life is? Living in freedom every day. I want you to sow into more life today. I want you to sow into your freedom. And as you're sowing your seed, I want you to name your seed. You can sow your seed via Cash App, $Access Identity, via PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr, Gmail. The links are in the chat. Links are in the chat. Links are in the description of this video. Sow via super chat. Sow via super sticker. I want you to name your seed. As I said, I'm believing that God's going to do 30, 60, 100 fold in your life, because you're sowing into good ground. And I'm joining my faith with yours. Freedom in your finances, freedom in your mindset, freedom financially, freedom spiritually, freedom relationally, freedom abundantly, freedom that only God can do, because only God can do it. And he's going to see you through it. If you're not a part of our Eagles community, I want you to join us there. I'm teaching what I don't teach here. And it happens there. Where's there? TheEaglesAcademy.com. I want you to go there right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button. Fill out the form. I guarantee you're going to be transformed with amazing eagles. Come on, family. Drop some eagle emojis in the chat. We're soaring. We're free to fly. We're free to soar above what it is into more. Eagles, empowered, authentically gifted leaders, envisioning success. You owe it to you to join us. Want to grow in your relationships? Want to grow in your business? Want to grow in your purpose? Want to grow in your gifts? This is a place for it. TheEaglesAcademy.com. Go there now. If you're not a member of our YouTube channel, tap the join button on our YouTube channel. Become a part of our growing and glowing community of quality people, VIP, royalty, OQP. Choose one of those tiers there. Family, in the mix is out of time. Yeah, but you still got enough time to get a plate. And know that I'm not our truth. So I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Yes, because that's just how we roll. We roll like that each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, even on a holiday. Yeah. And so I want to thank you for making me a part of your day. Really do appreciate it. Right here on the YouTube side, make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, family. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. And then also hit the subscribe button. I don't want you to be a ghost follower. I want you to really be a follower of this channel. You're not just a follower. We're leading you somewhere into your greater greatness. Follow me. Connect with me on social media at EddieConnorJr. Put some respect on my name, family. EddieConnorJr. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, don't hesitate. Reach out to me. I'd be honored to speak at your church, your conference, your community center. You're looking for a dynamic speaker. I'm him. I'm the man for the job. Invite me there. Want me to speak at your graduation, your community center, your school, your session, your college? Let's make progression. How do you invite me? Simply email me, info@EddieConnor.com. I would be honored to empower you at your event. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother, and I mean that, from another mother. Family has been fun, but you know a brother gotta run. But I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you, yes you, on this Interdependence Day, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. So what's your ETA? Your destiny is waiting for you to launch into your next dimension. You know, I realize one of the greatest gifts that a teacher can give you is speed. What do I mean? They can take what they've learned in decades and give it to you in days, moments, and months, and give it to you and instruct you in minutes. This is exactly what I do in my Eagles community. I want you to go to TheEaglesAcademy.com right now to get access to my private mentorship group where I coach, teach, train, mentor you to transform your thinking by increasing your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You need to know that you were created to soar into more and become more. I want to be your coach. I want to be your tour guide to help you to navigate the landscape of your potential and take you to a place within yourself that you can't go by yourself. It's your time to move into new realms of abundance, to reimagine, reshape, rethink your life, and influence your future through your spiritual gifts, development of your purpose, the emotional intelligence, relational intelligence, business acumen, to maximize your marketplace mandate, and so much more. And our Eagles community is where we learn, we lead, we laugh, and we love on a greater level. I want you to aspire higher with us. Get your wings to win, and let's soar into more at TheEaglesAcademy.com. Can't wait to see your face in our digital space.